Good morning, students. I am Sumit Sharma, your chemistry teacher. I hope you all are doing well and taking care of yourself. In this lecture, we are going to start the first chapter of class 11th chemistry, that is, some basic concepts of chemistry. Before we start, I would request you all, please like, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel and press the bell icon so that you don't miss any new uploads. The first part is a general introduction to chemistry and the importance and the scope of the chemistry. We know that science is considered as a continuous human effort to systematize knowledge to describe and understand nature. It is such a wide subject that for the sake of convenience it is subdivided into different disciplines, which mainly includes chemistry, physics, biology, zoology, etc. Now, chemistry is defined as that branch of science which deals with the study of the composition, structure, and the properties of the matter, and the changes which the matter undergoes under different conditions, and the laws which govern these changes. The various branches of chemistry are organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, biochemistry, physical chemistry, and the analytical chemistry. Physical chemistry is that branch of chemistry that concerned with the way in which the physical properties of the substances depends on and influence their chemical structure, properties and the reaction. In inorganic chemistry, we deals with the structure, composition and behavior of the inorganic compounds. In the organic chemistry, we deals with the study of the structure, composition and the chemical properties of the organic compounds. In biochemistry, we deals with the structure and the behavior of the components of cells and the chemical processes in living beings. And in analytical chemistry, we deals with the separation and the identification, quantitative determination of different substances. Now, the importance and the scope of the chemistry. Chemistry plays a very important role in our daily life. It has helped us to meet all our requirements for a better life, such as food, good health, comforts, etc. Without the knowledge of chemistry, our life would have been very dull. Now, some of the important applications of chemistry are, the first is the supply of the food. We know that chemical fertilizers such as urea, sodium nitrate, ammonium sulfate increase the yield of the fruits and the vegetables, because with increase in population the need for the overall amount of food has increased. The second is the contribution to better health. Chemistry has contributed towards better health in a number of ways, as life-saving drugs like cisplatin and Taxol have been found to be very effective for cancer therapy, and azithromycin is used for the AIDS victims. These compounds are obtained from animals and plants or by synthetic methods. Analgesics Analgesics have reduced pain of different types. Antibiotic helped to, to cure infection and disease like typhoid and tuberculosis. Discovery of anesthesia has made surgical operations more and more successful. The third is the saving the environment. Refrigerants like chlorofluorocarbons, which destroy the ozone layer, have been replaced by eco-friendly chemicals. However, greenhouse gases like methane, CO2 are still posing a challenge to the chemist. Other applications like in transport and communication, in nuclear or atomic energy, applications in industries. Everywhere chemistry plays an important role, but still there are some problems that caused by the progress in chemistry. The first is the nuclear energy is useful, but disposal of nuclear waste poses a serious problem to the humanity. Second is the antibiotics have eliminated infectious disease, but their overuse is very harmful. Similarly, use of polythene bags is posing a serious threat to the sewage system. Chemistry has given drugs like cocaine, brown sugar, etc., which are proving a problem to the society. Now, what is matter? We know that anything which occupies space and has mass is known as matter. Everything that is around us and the presence of which can be felt with the help of any of our five senses, that is sight, touch, smell, hearing and taste, is called matter. Few of these include clothes, iron, gold, plastics, wood, water, milk, petrol, etc. Now, matter are classified as physical classification and the chemical classification. The physical classification of matter is based on the physical state under the conditions of temperature and pressure, and the matter is classified into three categories. The first is the solid, the second is the liquid, and third is the gases. We know that a substance is said to be solid if it possesses a definite shape and a definite volume. A substance is said to be a liquid if it possesses a definite volume but no definite shape. And a substance is said to be a gaseous if it neither possesses a definite shape nor a definite volume. The three states are interconvertible by changing the conditions of temperature and pressure as follows. Now the next is the classification of matter at the macroscopic level. At the macroscopic level, matter can be classified as mixtures or pure substances. These can be further subdivided as shown below. Matter is classified into pure substance and mixture. Pure substance are classified into elements and compounds, and mixture into homogeneous and the heterogeneous mixture. Now, what is a mixture? A mixture contains two or more substances present in it in any ratio, which are called its component. A mixture can be a homogeneous mixture or a heterogeneous mixture. In homogeneous mixture, the components completely mix with each other and its composition is uniform throughout. For example, a sugar solution. In heterogeneous mixture, the composition is not uniform throughout and sometimes the different phases can be observed. For example, a sand solution. So this is the introductory part of the chemistry. So this is for today. Thank you, students.